Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Game of Throws. I'm your host, Brogowski, and I am excited to be here to bring you another sneak peek into a typical day of Bronze 5 solo queue in all of its quirky goodness. And, well, I'm sure you guys would rather see the action than hear me just explain how awesome it is to you. So, really, with that being said, let's get straight into the action, shall we? Now, the things that I noticed right as soon as I started watching, even the load-in screen into this game, is the the picks. So currently, I mean, let's start over on this blue side. I looked over at this Jinx and I said, okay, well, we do have a Jinx, so that's obviously the AD carry, and then I saw Warwick, who's obviously jungling, and then we've got Alistar, who's obviously supporting, and then Ashe with Ghost Teleport. Alright, following that is a Teemo, but that makes sense because over here we've got Nasus coming into the lane, who's duo with Garen. At this point I got really confused, I gotta be honest with you, and I just kind of stood there looking around like, what in the world is going on? And then we saw Ryze with Smite, and Yi with Smite. So currently what I think we have going on here is a duo top, I believe, possibly. No, it looks like Garen is actually relocating himself to the mid lane. So hopefully this will work out. Ryze, is his smite up? His smite is up, so he was just smiting to help Yi jungle faster, I want to say. Yeah, that's got to be it. Well, other than that, we're seeing Teemo go a little bit aggressive here, getting a little bit of poke damage down onto Nasus. If Teemo plays this properly, Nasus is going to have a really, really difficult time farming through this lane. Also, I'm looking down. Looks like Ryze has actually gone into the mid lane here against this mid lane Ashe, I believe it is. And in the bottom lane, it looks like it is going to be Ezreal. Oh, the Ignite coming down from both Teemo and Nasus here. Nasus falling low. The flash forward from Teemo. He's going under turret. Please, spectator, go back up there. Oh my gosh. Both of them dropping so low. We have another blind coming down. The Q not connecting because of the blind. And Teemo will pick up first blood. Sorry about that change in camera angle. Sometimes directed camera decides to do what it likes, and I have to teach it and tell it, sir, please. Sir, please, directed camera. Focus where I want you to. The flash coming in from Alistar, getting plenty of damage done. He actually headbutts the minion away. No follow-up aggression going to be taking down Alistar here. But in that top lane, it looks like Teemo actually killed Yi, probably due to a dive there. A lot of aggression coming out onto this Jinx. Jinx flashing away. Hopefully she does not go down here. And it looks like we're doing all right in this bottom lane. Garen, Ezreal have successfully bullied out Jinx and Alistar, burning both flashes on those bottom laners and the exhaust. Oh, in comes Garen. He gets the spin to win. The pulverize comes up. Will he get headbutted? He gets headbutted into the wall. The flash coming out from Garen trying to run away from this Jinx. So much aggression and damage coming down in this lane. Ezreal with a good E over the top of Alistar. Alistar actually making a good play here, trying to body block those Qs from Ezreal. But unfortunately, he's not allowed to block enough as Ezreal flashes over to the side. And a double kill is picked up by Garen with that Ignite onto Alistar down there. So already in this game, we've seen 4 kills going down here. 2 going over to the Teemo in the top lane for the red team, the purple team rather, and 2 going to Garen down in this bottom lane. The support Garen, if you will. I don't think it's a support Garen, but it is a Garen in this bottom lane. So yeah, there we have it. Typical of this bronze solo queue Game of Throws fashion. It starts off with a big bang, lots of damage, and absurd amounts of aggression. Warwick coming down here just to hold this bottom lane, trying to soak up a little bit of that extra experience and gold that would have been fed to the turret otherwise. We are taking a quick look around here. Ryze is out of mana in this mid lane. The camera is jumping around like crazy. Teemo still holding onto that blue buff. Meanwhile, Ashe dealing a lot of damage here onto this Ryze. Ryze is in danger of going down here. He does still have his flash, but that is about it. So he has no means of a barrier or a heal to really protect himself if this Ashe does decide to kill him. Fortunately, on the other hand, Ashe has Ghost instead of Flash, so Ashe cannot do a Flash volley for the kill currently. So we'll see how this develops. Ryze should recall. He's out of mana. He's low on health, but I believe he's just going to stick around. Because if nothing else in Game of Throws, everybody who plays in these games is the hero. Everybody goes so deep all of the time, and that is what makes us love these games. It looks like Jinx will actually be recalling Alistar, probably joining her here in a second. Ryze still sticking around in this mid lane, and that's about all we've got going on. Now, let's take a look down here on these items and see what people have bought. Garen actually finishing these Boots of Swiftness and the Longsword, looking to get a lot of damage out here. Meanwhile, Teemo getting a Vampiric Scepter and still sitting on that Doran's Blade with 5 potions in the bank. He's going to very easily out-sustain this Nasus, who already was going to have a very difficult time in this lane. Nasus also starting with a Longsword and a couple of potions into this Teemo. I don't believe that was the greatest level 1 buy. I probably would have gone something along the lines of Crystalline Flask plus a couple of potions, or possibly a Doran Shield. Anything that would really help you against this Teemo, knowing that you're going to get poked down like crazy and you'll never really be able to get onto him. As I say that, Yi coming into this mid lane onto this Ashe, and for some reason Spectator does not like that. Ashe just ghosting away, opting not to use her ult in this scenario, and she makes it out scot-free. As I say that, oh my gosh, I need to rewind this. Somehow Nasus kills Teemo in this top lane. How the Ignite coming down from Teemo. Teemo not kiting. Oh, Teemo's stuck on the minions. Sitting in that E. That pool of death from Nasus coming out. Did he actually level his pool? He did. His pool is actually at level 2 currently, which explains some of that damage coming out. We have aggression coming down in this bottom lane. Alistar going a little bit aggressive. Warwick sitting out here just landing some auto attacks. Garen reciprocating with a Q to the face of Warwick. Looks like everybody's just going to kind of chill out for a second and relax here. But, wow, that Nasus killing the top lane. Getting body blocked by that minion. That minion sacrificing his own Teemo to the enemy Nasus. He's saying, Sir, you have abused me. I am sick of watching my comrades die. I am now going to block you from getting back to the safety of your turret, and I am going to laugh as you die. And that is exactly what happened. Teemo went down, but Teemo's flash should be up here in just a second, so he will be able to ward off a lot of that aggression from Nasus, hopefully, even if a gank comes in. That blue buff going over to Ryze, which is something he definitely needs. Watching his playstyle, he spams his spells like crazy. He's expending a lot of mana. Which is interesting since he does not have a tier currently. Oh, he pops the ultimate trying to get some aggression down. Both of them just standing there, throwing abilities out. Ryze eventually flashing away. Not necessarily needed on that flash there. He could have just walked away and been totally fine, but that's okay. The flash coming forward from Alistar, headbutting this Garen into the wall, but he Qs and says, nah, it's okay. If I was Gangplank, I would eat an orange, but instead, I'm just going to walk away and laugh. His passive, of course, going to heal him right back up as he waits in this bush, or goes aggressive onto this Alistar, who lands the Pulverize and is looking for the headbutt, but doesn't. There it goes. The headbutt out on Garen here. A lot of damage coming in, but those traps actually very well placed coming in from this Jinx, protecting that Alistar from the potential kill there. Now, it's going to be really interesting. We do have Yi actually counter-jungling up here, just taking this Warwick's red as Warwick comes in and deals plenty of damage. No kiting coming out from Ashe or Ryze right there. Both of them just standing and fighting it out to the death, but hey, you know, it worked out. Yi actually coming in for this free kill on Ashe, decides that he's not going to he is going to take it, but he's actually going to drop to this turret. So technically, it was just a refresh of Warwick's double buffs there. A lot of pain coming out, but unfortunately, Yi not getting down that auto attack after the Alpha Strike to finish off Ashe in this mid lane. Also, Ashe not using the ult on Yi under the turret. That would have picked up an easy kill, but hey, if they did that, this would not be a Game of Throws. This would not be Bronze 5. Alistar running in there and realizing as soon as he goes in for the Pulverize that he's out of mana. Ezreal getting a lot of pain down, jumping under this turret. Jinx flashing to the side, trying to juke him out. Ezreal will fall. We have a teleport coming in from, it is, I don't even know who it is. It is Ashe this time, shooting out the arrow, just narrowly avoiding the double juke here from this Garen. He just barely made it out of that arrow. And he is going to recall safely. Ashe now chilling in this bottom lane. Just going to pick up some of this farm. Meanwhile, Teemo now has the Shrooms of Doom now that he is level 6. Now, another interesting thing that I'm looking at here, we have 3 teleports in this game coming in. One from the mid laner from the purple team, and then one from the jungler and top laner from the blue side. So we're going to see a lot of interesting plays in this bottom lane. I feel like, as I said, that Yi coming in, getting a lot of damage down on this Ashe. Ashe has popped the ghost. Oh, no! Ryze not really helping out there, absolutely running away. I believe he thought he was getting ganked by this Ashe. Yi stopping there probably for a moment to type something. Warwick flashing out, an Alpha Strike coming in deep on this Ashe. She will drop. The Warwick ulti not up for just a couple of seconds. Now if he runs back in, he can pick up that easy kill, stop Yi from his meditate. A lot of damage coming out from this Ryze, but it will not be enough. He will pick up that kill as he stands there and tries to auto-attack the minions, desperately trying to regain enough health to keep him in this fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a grand Game of Thrones games, non-stop action. The exhaust coming down from Alistar, headbutting him into the wall. Jinx actually putting on a good amount of pain here onto this Ezreal. Ezreal has dropped really low. He no longer has an E, but his ult will be enough to finish off Jinx as Alistar the cow just punches him right in the face and watches Ezreal fall. Lots and lots of damage coming out here, lots and lots of pain from both sides. Yi coming down, maybe to counter gank, maybe just to take some farm, but either way, that is just fine. That is just fine, ladies and gentlemen. Ping's actually going down towards this dragon. We'll see. I believe Yi was the one who pinged that. Gonna start this up. Garen and Ryze, as any good teammates, coming in to help. The Ignite coming down from Nasus on this full health Teemo here. Down here at this dragon, we're seeing Master Yi just tanking it up like a champ here. He says, no, you guys, I got this. Don't worry about it. I got meditate. We'll be fine. And so they are. So the first dragon of the game actually goes over to the blue team. We're going to see a gank here in this mid lane on Ashe. The Yi ult has been popped, which stops him from being slowed. Ashe trying to juke backwards out of this bush. Will she use her ult? She will not. Instead, she will die. Yeah, that Yi ult, very, very nice. It stops all slowing effects from slowing effects from having an effect on Yi. Holy cow, that was harder to say than I thought it was going to be. So the Ashe arrow actually would have been excellent to shoot out onto that Yi's face. Probably would have saved her life, but you know, it happens. Sometimes in the heat of battle, these guys just have too much going on and they can't focus on everything at the same time, and that is A-okay. Teemo, again, putting the pain on this Nasus here. Out-farming him by a little over 10 at this point. Yi coming in for the gank down bottom. Alistar dropping really low. Will he go down? The flash coming out. Getting probably a double kill here. There it is as he flash spins on top of Alistar and Jinx, and then ults Jinx for the kill. The Ignite on Alistar, a little bit unnecessary, but hey, you can never be too sure. Never be too sure when you make point of not timing the enemy's flash here. A lot of damage actually coming out on this Garen as he does draw that turret aggro. Ashe putting down some pain. Ryze is going to be the next tank of this turret, but they do take it down. They say, you know what? We are not afraid of these turrets. We're just going to keep going on. Ezreal putting out a lot of pain, almost dropping Ashe. Where is Ashe? Right there, living with it's sub 20 health is what she got out with. And then, of course, Warwick coming in to kill the Ezreal as he was watching his ult pass through Ashe, being like, why didn't that kill her? Why? Warwick decided he doesn't want this kill, and then, you know, changing his mind, saying, you know what, actually I do want some damage. Getting a lot of pain out on Garen as well, but he takes a lot from the ult here. Coming in from Ryze, lots of damage. He's sustaining pretty well, but Ryze is going to make it out. Unfortunately, a missed pulverize, and Ashe coming in from the backside, going to walk right into a Q from Ryze, and down she falls. Down she falls. This Ryze, after so much, he just makes it out. He walks out after being chased by everybody there. Just strolls and says, you know, it was a beautiful view that I got. You know, I saw some scenery in the lower side of the purple jungle. You know, I think I'll go home now. And so he does, and a very well-deserved retreat back to home as well. He's now 3-1-4, sitting on a lot of gold there. He's going to spend up, start into that tier, and finish off his Rod of Ages at the same time. Lots and lots of stuff coming out here. Meanwhile, for this Warwick, he has finished his Devourer and also the Alacrity enchantment on Boots of Swiftness. So he is going to be one terribly fast Warwick coming out of nowhere pretty quick here. What else have we got? I'm looking down at these builds, trying to see what everybody's got going on. It looks like this Teemo may be working towards a Blade of the Ruin King, which actually will deal a lot of damage to this Nasus, who has still not built any armor or magic resistance whatsoever. He's going straight into that Trinity Force. The exhaust coming down and also a headbutt onto this E, but they should just back off from each other. Oh no, the arrow actually connecting from Ashe, but no follow-up from her. The rocket finishing him off from Jinx. Some excellent roaming here coming down from Jinx, realizing she cannot fight this Ezreal one-on-one. Alistar headbutting the spinning Garen back onto his teammates and then walking out saying, lol, you died and it's my fault, but I don't even care. Oh, Jinx actually taking a ton of pain, gonna eat the ult from Garen and go down there. Alistar miraculously living through all of that fight there, and he is just going to walk out. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen. We are 15 minutes in and already we're at 27 kills. I'm looking down at the farm here to see who's going to be our best farmer of the game. Ezreal actually flash-eing away from that Warwick, saying, "Sir, I don't know whether or not your ult's up, but I want nothing to do with you." And Warwick says, "That's cool, my ult wasn't even up. I'm just going to farm." And that's exactly what he's going to do. It looks like in the running for best farmer of the game, it's a tie, or not even a tie. It's actually Teemo is in the lead, going to flash away there after getting the Ignite down and the Shroom popping on Nasus, dealing a bunch more pain. He is currently at 88 farm, this Teemo. He's going to be our our best farmer of the game here. He's going to be rounding that 100 point, actually very early for a lot of our Game of Thrones games. We'll see when he does actually hit that mark and see if he wins the Best Farmer of the Game award for hitting 100 CS first. We will see. Meanwhile, in this mid lane, we have Yi coming down, dealing a lot of damage to this Ashe. Ashe ghosting. She does not have her ult up. She cannot stop this Yi. Yi's ult wearing off. He says, you know, I don't think I want this. This cow looks really angry. The Ashe ult coming up, and she uses it immediately. A lot of pain coming down. Will Garen be able to get the kill? He does ignite Alistar for the kill here. Warwick backing out. Oh, the Jinx rocket. Unfortunately, shooting it at the wrong team here, expecting them to dive under that turret, and it just does not happen. These Shrooms, I believe, they're a little bit too far forward in this top lane, where Nasus could actually kill them with the True Sight from the turret. We'll see if he does indeed do that. But Teemo sticking up there, dealing a lot of damage. Ezreal eating under the turret and just popping Warwick's face off right there. Warwick tried to do the ult, but it was at the same instant that Ezreal cued him to get the kill. And so as soon as Warwick jumped on top of Ezreal, he died, unfortunately. And that is just the way things go. But good job on him waiting until Ezreal drew the turret aggro before he used that ult, making sure that the turret dealt maximum amounts of damage while Ezreal was under that turret and being ulted. Good play by him. A flash coming in, a flash headbutt from this Alistar. Not really going to do much. He's going to get... He ults, no crowd control, but at least he won't be taking much damage. He just kind of walks around and says, you know, I'm good. Took a walk around the world to ease his troubled mind, and that's it. That's all. Oh, the Wither coming out. No, Nasus will not follow this up, looking for a Q. He might actually be able to get that kill as he has finished his Trinity Force. He's looking at a lot of pain that he's got right now. Excuse me. We're going to see how well he is able to capitalize on that huge power spike that he just hit by finishing that. Meanwhile, in this mid lane, we have a super gank. Garen and Master Yi both coming in from behind. Oh my dear heavens, that cow is dead. D-E-D, dead. Meanwhile, Jinx going to land a zap for a little bit of slow there, dodging the Ezreal ult. It's not going to be enough. That flash Q spin combo from Garen is definitely going to spell doom for this poor Jinx. Now with Alistar and Jinx down, we would expect to see something like a dragon, which they ping currently. Very good job, blue team. Well done. Well done. They're going to start in on this this dragon here. They're not even going to go for the Scuttle Crab. None of them are going to sweep the pit because, you know, who actually wards in Game of Thrones, my friends? And they know that. They're saying, I don't need a sweeper. Nobody wards. So they don't. Meanwhile, Nasus actually might be able to pick up this turret, but the Ashe arrow comes in perfectly, followed up by the teleport into the Warwick ulti. What a great combo. Wow, that was excellently done by the purple team. Those two comboing both of their ultimates to absolutely dominate this poor Nasus as he was going to take this turret down. Luckily, Teemo's turret still stands, and they are able to just continue pushing forward. Alistar actually dealing damage to Nasus's turret right now with Ashe there for the support. We don't see anybody moving up here. Slowly, Garen is making his way up. Nasus is still dead for a few seconds yet. Rise, it looks like, is not rotating top. Teemo also made his way up. That turret will go down. Rise may be going for this blue buff. We're about to find out what he's going to be doing here. Teemo might scout this, though. Nope. He just drops the shroom in that bush and calls it good. Had he actually scouted, they probably could have picked up this Rise and or the blue buff. A good shroom popping down. The Ignite coming out onto Garen. Lots of damage coming out. The ult from Nasus is going to deal a lot of pain for people who stay. Meanwhile, in this bottom lane, we're seeing Jinx is going to fall to Yi and Ezreal there. Lots of pain being put on this Nasus. It looks like Rise was able to pick up that blue buff and is making great use of it as his ult picks him up a triple kill off of the AoE damage. That was excellent damage coming out from that Rise right there. Warwick did manage to take down the first turret in the mid lane for the purple team in the meantime. He's actually still there, and we're going to see this gank come in on him. He could actually kill this Yi very easily, but decides that he wants no part of this 9-0 Garen. He's just going to back out of this one. This is too much pain for him. This Garen, an absolute monster right now, dealing so much damage. Rise also spiking very heavily with that 7-2 scoreline right now. Also, the top farmer was Teemo. He was the one who reached 100 farm first. Rise now being the second one to join the club. This Ezreal surely will die. There is no way he's out of that. 2 flashes being expended just to kill that Ezreal there. I'm sure Warwick would have caught up to him since he's got his passive Blood Scent running on his E, as well as Alacrity Boots of Swiftness there. A pink word dropped in the back of the pit. Alistar's going to come and clear this up. I don't believe Garen's going to flash over the wall since, you know, his flash isn't up, but you never know. You never know. Teemo and Rise just waving hi to each other as they cross paths here in this upper river. Yi, super fast with the teleport. Home guards coming in. It looks like he's going down for this Jinx. He wants the kill, but a snap trap stopping him in his tracks. Meanwhile, we have Garen and Ashe. Ashe is surely dead here. No chance of survival there at all. Lots of damage actually coming out onto this Yi, but I believe Yi with this Q is going to follow up onto Jinx and instantly destroy her. Alistar not walking anymore. He says, I've got my ult on. I'm going to try and kill you, bro. And he actually might. Alistar killing Yi in that 2v1 situation. He might actually make it out. No, the Q from Garen is enough to put him down and say, we are done, sir. Lots of pain coming out onto this Teemo. Now Nasus has hit this power spike. He has his Merc Treads. He's got that Trinity Force. Lots of damage coming out from him. We will see how this lane actually continues to play out. Lots of damage also coming in on this Warwick, who has no defensive items so far. A Wither coming down. Also in the bottom lane, we have a Warwick ulti coming down on this Garen. The turret will fall, and so will Garen. Also, Teemo narrowly avoiding death up in this top lane. He's now out of mana, but oh my gosh, even more falling. Rise being taken out by Ashe. They're picking up the double. Beautiful play from them. Teemo so low here. So low. One more EQ combo from Nasus is all it will take, and he does have the mana. He's coming in. Alistar may be coming to the rescue here, and he does. Nasus says, oh, I wanted that little Badger. I wanted Badger to die, but luckily for Teemo, Alistar to the rescue here, stopping all of the damage from coming out. Nasus is just going to retreat 1.5 miles back before he starts his recall. He wants nothing to do with this Alistar-Teemo combo. Meanwhile, down here, we are seeing Yi looking for another gank down here onto this Jinx. He's looking. He's going to check the bushes. Oh, darn. Sorry, Yi. She's not there anymore. Meanwhile, a lot of damage coming out from this Ashe now, who is 5-7. She has finished her Infinity Edge, so we are going to see a lot of damage coming out from her. Also, on the flip side, Ezreal finished his Infinity Edge, going for the Boots of Lucidity, looking for that cooldown reduction. Lots of damage coming from him as well. Yi finished the Infinity Edge. Man, there are a lot of Infinity Edges in this game. 3 so far. The Flash E coming in from Garen, followed up by the ult, and that is one dead Badger. Rest in pepperonis, little Teemo. So much damage coming out here onto this Jinx. Jinx not being the one in the game who has not quite finished that Infinity Edge. Not that it really matters. A Yi is going to deal so much damage on a Jinx if he can just be allowed to jump right on her head. But luckily, Alistar was there to mitigate the damage. Alistar with actually a really good Pulverize, landing all the damage right at the edges of the spell range. Also, we have a teleport coming in from Ashe, but a collapse also coming in from this blue team. Rise and Nasus coming up from the rear here. We're going to see tons of damage. This Alistar will surely be falling from the spin to win by Garen. Now down here in this bottom lane, it is pushing in on this inhibitor turret. We're seeing 4 members of the blue team pushing into just Jinx, and it looks like Warwick on the purple team. Ashe is probably going to finish that recall. Yes, she does. So it is now a 4-on-2 with this inhibitor turret, and also Nasus, who can absolutely dominate this turret with his Trinity Force and his Q stacks. Teemo wisely putting down a couple of shrooms, trying to delay the push in onto this turret, stopping anybody who's melee. Warwick dealing tons of damage onto this Ryze. He is going to be finished off by a beautiful Jinx rocket landing on 4 people. So much damage coming out. Ashe picking up the double kill, Jinx picking up a kill for herself. So much pain coming down. The blue team delayed a little bit too long in trying to push down that turret. Is he going to recall on this ward? He's going to recall on this ward. Teemo coming in from the side. Yi has no idea, and he falls to Teemo. Oh, poor Yi. Poor Yi. Earlier at the Dragon, he's like, who needs sweepers because nobody wards. Unfortunately for him, Alistar dropped that ward, and at least I believe it was Alistar, and down falls Yi because of it. As we would expect in Bronze 5 solo queue right now, in this game of throws, all of them stacking up so that the dragon damage hits all 3 of them for the first hit, and then they split up enough to where it only hit one of them. Teemo going invisible here, possibly waiting for somebody to come check this dragon? Maybe? Either that or he's disconnected. I don't know what's going on there. We do have Ashe, it looks like, picking up that blue buff, I believe. Let's see if she actually picked it up. No, she didn't. It was just a trick of my mind. I saw her over at blue buff. I thought maybe she was taking it. Turns out she was not. Jinx down here trying to harass onto this Ryze. This Ryze actually smiting her for the slow. That was the secret strategy. That is why Ryze actually brought Smite in the first place, ladies and gentlemen, was just so he could make that play right there, so he could smite Jinx and bait out her flash. That must have been it, because I can't think of any other reason that he would run that Smite. And it does actually end up picking up the kill. Yi's able to follow up and get that kill on top of it. Excellent job by the synergy there. I can't believe Ryze has that Smite, but hey, you know, it is the game of throws, ladies and gentlemen. We see some of the weirdest strategies I can't even begin to explain. Oh my gosh, unfortunately a 3-man collapse coming in. That Teemo will die instantaneously. The ult from Garen coming out, so much damage. Meanwhile, Warwick picking up this Ezreal in the background. He did ult that Ezreal while the rest of the fight was going on and absolutely messed him up. Meanwhile, now he's got to run away from 4 members of the blue team that just said rest in pepperonis to both Teemo and Alistar. He should be able to make it out. The Wither coming down, excuse me, he's actually not going to. An excellent cut off coming in from that Nasus to land that Wither. An excellent play there. It turns out Boots of Swiftness plus the Alacrity enchantment are not enough to get away from Nasus, Master Yi, and Garen. All 3 of which with excellent movement abilities, whether it's the Yi ult, the Garen Q, or the Nasus Wither. All of them doing excellent things. Yi does take that shroom, which will delay his recall slightly. And there it is. Maybe that was the master plan. The master plan of the Teemo who sat there. He was waiting for the perfect timing on that shroom. But it's okay, ladies and gentlemen. It is okay. In we see Garen going really deep here, pushing in towards 3 members of the purple team, but he does have Ryze to back him up. Nasus has just joined the party. So much pain going down. Ashe will fall. Alistar will fall. Teemo is going to get his little booty out of there. Hopefully he's able to make it. He should be able to. All right, he's out. He's out. Hopefully that Ezreal ult doesn't come through. If Ezreal was paying attention, an easy pick up there, but he decided, you know, everybody, there's always so much hate going on Teemo. Let's not kill him again. Meanwhile, the ults coming out from both Warwick and Nasus trying to counter each other out there. Nasus actually taking a lot of pain from that turret, but deciding he's just going to walk away, because that is how the Nasus does, ladies and gentlemen. As he starts to build those tanky items, he's going to become quite a force to be reckoned with. On top of that, he should have been stacking his Q, which is now at 96, 28 minutes and 29 minutes, excuse me, into this game. So he hasn't really been stacking that Q, but that's okay, because he has the tank stats, he has the Trinity Force, he's dealing a lot of damage. Yi coming in from the side with an Alpha Strike, absolutely dominating this Warwick, and then inadvertently dodging the Alistar Pulverize, but the headbutt knocking him perfectly back into the turret. The ult plus E combo coming in from Ryze, picking up Ashe just on the splash damage alone. Teemo absolutely getting dominated by this Nasus. An excellent amount of damage coming in from him, and then of course Ryze picking up the final kill on Alistar there. Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow, so much action going on here. There are currently 64 kills in this 29-minute game, and we are still going. Jinx putting down a significant amount of pain, actually going to be able to pick up this Nasus as Garen does dodge the zap coming out from Jinx. An excellent play. We are going to see Dragon coming up in a couple of minutes here. I don't think they're actually going to take it at the 2-minute mark. I got to be honest with you. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't know if any of them know the timer on Dragon, even though if they hit tab, they would be able to find it. But it is going to be another objective on the map. We're going to see people just picking up buffs now. The teleport did come out from Ashe. Is she going to be able to actually solo this Ezreal at this point in the game? I'm going to look down at her items. She does have a significant amount of damage, and Ezreal building more of an auto attack based build, but without the attack speed. I bet you Ashe could very easily kill this Ezreal. Wow. Meanwhile, Ryze absolutely dominating that Alistar, dealing a lot of pain to Teemo. Warwick and Yi fighting each other. Warwick ulted and then just stopped and stood there. Must have accidentally hit the stop button and not auto attacked Yi at all. Just let Yi kill him. I'm at a loss. I don't know what happened there. Warwick could have. I don't know. Meanwhile, Jinx jumping back in. Jinx and Ashe both dealing a lot of pain. Ashe is going to fall, though, as Ryze is reaching that point of that massive destructive tank that we love to see out of our Ryzes. A lot of pain coming in on this Jinx, and she will fall to a completely unnecessary attempted use of an ult there by Garen. One auto attack or one tick of Nasus's Pool of Doom would have killed her, which it did. But Garen going for that ult anyways, just for style points. Wow, Master Yi going crazy deep under this turret here, trying to get a lot of pain in. Get good guy Garen coming and tank the turret to give Yi an escape route. An excellent play by him. Now the chase is on. Warwick's ult will be coming up in about 10 seconds. A lot of pain coming out onto this Nasus. He has ulted, and unfortunately gets headbutted right back onto this Teemo. He shouldn't be able to pick up Teemo. Teemo very wisely backs away at this point. Warwick does pick up the kill there onto Nasus. A lot of pain coming out. Unfortunately, Garen not able to dig his teammate out of the hole that he dug himself into. Meanwhile, in this bottom lane, we see Ashe coming in to deal plenty of damage onto this Yi. It's going to be a trade. Ashe will go down to the ultimate from Ezreal. But then, unfortunately, the double ults from Warwick and Jinx are easily going to pick him up there. No kiting, obviously, coming from either side because, again, Game of Throws, ladies and gentlemen. Who kites? Come on. Who needs this nasty kiting stuff? Let's just stand here and duke it out. Throw heavy punches until one of us kills over dead. And that is why we watch these games. This is the stuff that we love to see. Ryze flashing forward for that auto attack. Ulting, still not going to be able to catch her due to the new and improved inhibitor turret lasers. A lot of pain coming out from Jinx. Excellently played by Jinx. A lot of pain coming down onto this Garen. Warwick deciding not to auto attack and get that red buff proc. He's just going to chill, and then he decides he's going to chase him after all. Goes for the Q instead of the auto attack. Hopefully, I don't know. The auto attack would have slowed him. The Q just deals damage, and down goes Warwick to another attempted ult by Garen. Unfortunately, all of his ults are being stopped by his teammates saying, no, I think I'm going to get that kill before you can. And so he still actually has his ult up. Comes in for the spin to win, dealing a lot of damage down onto this Teemo, and a lot of damage onto this Alistar. But Alistar in his ult, just shrugging all this damage off. But now, as he comes out of his ult, the Wither comes down. He's going to be taking massive amounts of pain here, and he's not going to be making it away. Garen finally lands a successful ult and does end up not picking up the kill on Alistar, but helping in that kill. Meanwhile, Nasus queuing that poor little Ashe's life away right there. So Jinx is now the only person left alive on this purple team. 50 kills. Yes, you heard me correctly, ladies and gentlemen. 50 kills on this blue team so far. They're a little over 11,000 gold ahead in a commanding lead on this game. But will they be able to close it out? I mean, we're at the point where Ryze here is soloing this dragon. It'll just be a matter of time. It's going to take him a little while to get it, but he will definitely get it. Warwick going to ult this Master Yi. A lot of pain coming down from both sides. Warwick deciding to just taunt this Master Yi a little bit by auto-attacking those minions instead of Master Yi, saying, look, I don't even need to hit you to kill you. I'm just going to hit the minions, get a little bit of extra farm, and then I'm going to kill you. A lot of pain. The ults being exchanged from both Ashe and Ezreal. nobody dropping in the exchange, but then the collapse comes in onto Rise as he goes forward for a little bit of farm, and he does end up dying. Now Ezreal, unfortunately, recalling right next to this Teemo Shroom. The flash coming out from Teemo, and the auto attack from Ashe does pick it up indeed. Q coming out from Nasus, dealing tons of pain, absolutely one-shotting this poor Teemo. Meanwhile, Garen in this mid lane dealing a lot of damage to this turret. It will actually be falling here in just a second. You can see the pings coming down from the purple team as they hurry to scramble over to try and stop it from falling, but it will go down. Meanwhile, Garen just going to troll spin his way to victory and away from this Warwick and Alistar combo. A ward being dropped by Garen, actually, in that small bush. Very useful for top rotations and for jungle control, but I don't believe that's what he's going for. I believe he's just looking for a pick, which he may find in this Warwick, but he may have gotten more than he bargained for as Alistar comes in to follow it up. He pops that Randuin's and just runs away as though nothing ever happened. Good job by Garen there, pulling a lot of people into this jungle. The red buff actually going over to Ashe, being donated by this Warwick. Interesting ideas. Ashe does have the slow on her Q. I'm not saying that red is bad on Ashe. I'm just saying on a Warwick it is pretty decent as well. So just interesting that it goes over. Rise going to catch this Alistar as he tries to punch the Scuttlecraft to death. Meanwhile, we have Warwick coming in, ulting this Garen. Yi coming in from the backside, absolutely destroying this Ashe. Following up with the Warwick kill, he will be able to pick up Teemo as well for the triple. Alistar desperately running for his life. He may be able to make it out. He does not pulverize and therefore does fall to this Rise. So much pain coming out as this Master Yi Rise combo reaches the late game. They will be dealing absurd amounts of damage here, and we're going to be seeing all of this going to work here pretty quickly as they close out this game. Also, Nasus is stacking those Qs, and we are seeing actually an early Baron coming in from the blue team. Watching this health go down here, it is going to be completely uncontested by the purple team unless Jinx shoots a rocket about right now. There is no chance of this going over the purple team, and it will fall in favor of the blue team. Unfortunately, just not enough wards being there to assist this team. The enhanced recall shooting off there. Everybody going back to base, or at least Rise and Yi, the two who took the Baron, going back to base, deciding they're going to buy. Both of them looking like monsters here in their builds, finishing up their 4th items apiece, starting into that 5th item. Dealing tons and tons of pain. They could probably 2v5 the rest of the team. Ashe going to teleport down here onto Ezreal after landing that ult, dealing lots of pain. Unfortunately, she did not have her Q turned on. Now she does. She goes forward, and she is going to pick up that kill. Unfortunately for Ezreal, he dies right before he can get his ult off. That would have finished off Ashe and traded off the kill, but he just couldn't get it in time. Meanwhile, Teemo coming up to get a little bit of pain down onto this Nasus. Meanwhile, Garen in this bottom lane, surely going to finish off this Jinx. Yi or Garen, one of the two. And Yi does with that Bilgewater Cutlass, just cuts her down. Rise in here, both of them super tanky. Rise actually flashing away from Alistar, deciding he wants no part of that. Ashe getting away through the Ignite of Garen. Unfortunately for Garen, Ashe was in that last second of recall, which cannot be interrupted by damage. Cannot be interrupted by damage. This inhibitor will be falling for the blue team. An excellent play there by Rise as he takes a Shroom. Just as a little consolation prize. Teemo coming in, dealing a lot of damage. Rise going to ult back. Rise, he may want this fight. He's trying to take it. Ashe dealing a lot of pain, though. Though she is standing in the middle of a bunch of Baron buffed minions, which is never a place that you want to be, unless you are a super fed Master Yi and you're fighting somebody who's about to die. Warwick is down here in the bottom lane, counter jungling. Meanwhile, Rise is pushing in on this Nexus turret with his good buddy Yi, making excellent use of this Baron, putting Baron to work for their team. Meanwhile, Jinx coming in, she is going to get a lot of pain down, but I don't believe she can take this fight. As I say that, she falls. The blind from Teemo doing a lot of work, though. Unfortunately, the Meditate doing just a little bit more there. And this should be the game right here, ladies and gentlemen. The turret's going down. Blue team with 59 kills. Warwick still in the jungle, has not realized that his Nexus is falling yet. There may actually be 60 kills before this game's over. Let's see if they're going to take this Alistar. Lots of damage. The Nexus is falling in. No, the Nexus does go down. 59 kills to 33. Victory to the blue team. Excellent game, everybody. Excellent game of throws. What is that? That's almost... No, that's 92? 92 kills in 40 minutes. Jeez. Wow. Excellent. Excellent game of throws. Anyways, As always, thank you all for watching this episode of Game of Throws. I hope you all enjoyed the show. If you want to see more Game of Throws action, head on over to my YouTube channel for new episodes uploaded every single weekend. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, every single weekend. Now, and as always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's at BrogowskiStream, and also try and catch me streaming on Twitch one of these days. It's twitch.tv/Brogowski, BROGOWSKI. Again, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Game of Throws, and we will see you next time.